The music of the soul. It was midnight. The riverbank was calm, with stars steady in the sky, while their reflections danced playfully on the ripples of the river. The serene scene was enveloped by the gentle, life-giving, and soul-nourishing sounds of celestial music, like how hope lingers on the heart or sorrow weighs on the face. Queen Manorama had just undergone her spiritual initiation that day. After spending the whole day in charity and fasting, she had fallen into a deep, sweet sleep. Suddenly, her eyes opened, and those enchanting sounds reached her ears. She felt restless, like a moth drawn to a flame, or an ant lured by the scent of sugar. She got up, carefully evading the watchful eyes of the guards and sentries, and slipped out of the palace just as tears escaped the eyes upon hearing a heart-wrenching cry. There were thorny bushes along the riverbank. Steep cliffs loomed high, wild beasts prowled, and their terrifying sounds filled the air. There were dead bodies too, and even more frightening were the imaginations they sparked. Manorama, the embodiment of grace and delicacy, was completely absorbed in the allure of that sweet music. She had no regard for the dangers surrounding her. She walked for hours until the river blocked her path. Helpless, she glanced around and saw a boat nearby. Approaching it, she said, "Boatman, I need to cross to the other side. This enchanting melody has left me restless." The boatman replied, "I can't row at night. The wind is strong, and the waves are fearsome. It's a risk to life." Manorama insisted, "I am Queen Manorama. Set sail, and I will pay you any amount you ask." The boatman responded, "Then I cannot set sail for anything. Queens don't belong in situations like these." Manorama, pleading, said, "Chaudhary, I beg you. Please set the boat free. My heart is being drawn towards it." The boatman asked, "What will I get in return?" Manorama replied, "Anything you ask." The boatman hesitated, "You tell me, my queen, what should I ask for? What do I, a simple man, know about what a queen can give? I fear I might ask for something inappropriate." Manorama took off her necklace, saying, "This necklace is of immense value. I offer it for your service." As the glow from the necklace illuminated the boatman's dark, wrinkled face, he suddenly felt as though the music was drawing closer. Perhaps a wise soul was sitting by the riverbank, immersed in divine ecstasy, filling the night with music. Manorama's heart leapt. "Ah, what a captivating melody!" Growing impatient, she urged, "Boatman, waste no more time. Set sail. I can't bear it any longer." The boatman replied, "What use is this necklace to me?" Manorama exclaimed, "These are real pearls." The boatman responded, "This is even worse. If my wife wears it, the neighbors will be consumed with jealousy and curse her. If a thief sees it, he will be struck with envy. My lonely hut will be raided in broad daylight. People will accuse me of theft. No, I don't want this necklace." Manorama, growing desperate, said, "Then ask for what you want, but don't delay. I have no patience left. The notes of this melody stir my very soul." The boatman replied, "Ask for something better." Manorama, frustrated, exclaimed, "You heartless man. You keep talking, but don't take what I offer, nor do you ask for anything yourself. You have no idea of the turmoil my heart is in. I would give up everything for this divine experience." The boatman asked again, "And what else will you give?" Manorama, desperate, offered, "I have nothing more valuable than this, but if you set sail now, I promise to give you my palace, a place you may have seen from afar. Made of pure white stone, it has no equal in all of India." The boatman laughed and said, "What joy would I find in that palace? My own brothers would turn against me. Here, on my boat, even in the darkest nights, I feel no fear. The storms may blow, but I remain. That palace would devour me in broad daylight. My family would fit in just one corner of it, and where would I find the servants to run it? Its gardens would wither, jackals would roam the flower beds, and pigeons and swallows would nest in its towers." Suddenly, Manorama felt as if the music had come even closer. Its beauty and ecstasy grew more intense, like how a flame brightens when fanned. Once captivating, it now overwhelmed her. In desperation, she said, "Why don't you ask for something yourself? Oh, what a heart-wrenching melody. I can't hold out any longer. The way water longs to flow downstream, the way breath longs for air, the way fragrance seeks to escape, I long for this heavenly music. In it is the intoxication of the cuckoo, the pain of the rainbird, the passion of the Shyama bird, the force of waterfalls, the power of a storm. It contains everything. It ignites the fire of wisdom, immerses the soul, and purifies the heart. Boatman, even a moment's delay is agony for me. Set sail now. Take me to the source of this fragrance, this light. The creator of this music is near, very near. The boatman replied, your palace is of no use to me. My hut is far more comforting. Manorama, exasperated, cried out, what else can I give you? This is not mere music, it is the purity of this vast universe, the fragrance of every flower, the sweetness of every melody, the essence of all states of being. Set sail now. I will spend my life serving you, fetching water, sweeping your hut, picking the pebbles from your path. I will decorate your hut with flowers, massage your wife's feet. Oh dear boatman, if I had 100 lives, I would sacrifice them all for this music. Don't leave me in despair. My patience is spent, my soul is burning with longing. Here, I bow at your feet. As she said this, Manorama, in a near delirious state, fell at the boatman's feet. She felt as though the music was shining like a beacon, flooding her with light. Overwhelmed, she began to sway, as though floating in the air. She saw stars twinkling all around her. She was lost in a trance, and the same divine melody, the same enchanting tune, began to flow from her lips. The nectar of that music dripped from her mouth. She had become the very source of that music. The life-nurturing sounds coming from the river were emanating from her own lips. Manorama's face glowed like the moon, and rays of love shone from her eyes.
This story was originally written by Premchand, a legendary author of Hindi literature almost 100 years ago. Do let us know if you like the story. If it so happens that you did not like the story, even then, please let us know your choice so that we can find something you would like to listen. If you like the story, tell your friends as well. If you want to enjoy more stories like these from so many other Indian authors, subscribing the channel would make it easy. Bye for now.